They told you to slow down. They told you to be realistic. They told you that the window had already closed, that the opportunity had already passed, that people like you don't get second chances. And the terrifying part? For a moment, you believed them. But here's what they never told you. The ones who changed history, the ones who built empires from nothing, the ones who looked at a broken situation and turned it into a legacy, they were never the most talented. They were never the most connected. They were never the most prepared. They were simply the ones who moved when everyone else was still debating. And today, right now, this is your moment to move. Before we dive into part one, if you're a chosen one, if you feel this in your chest, if you know this message was made for you, type 99 in the comments. Let me see who's really here. Let me see who's ready. Drop your 99 and let's get started. Part 1. The assignment nobody asked for. There is an assignment given to certain souls before they ever enter this world. Not written on paper, not handed to you by a teacher or a parent or a mentor. It is written into the fabric of who you are. It is encoded in your restlessness. It is hidden inside your hunger. It is the reason you can't just sit still and accept a mediocre life when everything inside of you is screaming that you were made for something greater. You are a chosen one. Now, before you scroll past that phrase or dismiss it as hype or motivation speak, I need you to sit with it, because I'm not using it to flatter you. I'm using it because it is accurate. There is a category of human being, not defined by race, not defined by wealth, not defined by where they were born, that carries something different, something dangerous, something that the ordinary world is deeply uncomfortable with. And if you're watching this video, if you were drawn to this title, if something in your gut lit up the moment you saw Chosen Ones, then you already know what I'm talking about, because you felt it your whole life. That sense that you are not built for the path everyone else is walking. That sense that the ceiling others accept as normal feels suffocating to you. That sense that no matter how much you try to fit in, to play by the rules, to lower your expectations and just be satisfied, you can't. It doesn't work. The hunger comes back. That is not a flaw. That is your assignment. But here's where most chosen ones go wrong. They feel the calling, they recognize the hunger, they understand, at least intellectually, that they are built for more, and then they wait. They wait for the right moment. They wait for the right resources. They wait for someone to give them permission. They wait until the fear goes away, and the assignment expires. Not because the universe is cruel, but because assignments have deadlines, opportunities have windows, and the longer you wait, the more the window narrows until one day you look up and you realize the moment has passed. Not because someone took it from you, but because you let it slip through your fingers while you were busy preparing to be ready. This is your final assignment, and it is due now. Part 2. The risk that feels like death but is not. Let's talk about the thing that's actually stopping you, because it's not a lack of knowledge. You've consumed enough content, enough books, enough motivational videos to fill a library. It's not a lack of talent. You know what you're capable of when you actually commit. It's not even a lack of opportunity. Opportunities surround you every single day. What's stopping you is the risk, specifically the story your mind tells you about the risk. Your brain is wired by millions of evolution to treat uncertainty as danger, to treat the unknown as a predator, to equate stepping into the unfamiliar with stepping off a cliff. And so when you stand on the edge of the thing that could change your life, when you look at that business idea, that creative project, that conversation you need to have, that leap you need to take, your nervous system floods your body with the signal that says, "Do not move. This will kill you." But it won't. The risk feels like death, but it is not death. And here is the brutal truth that nobody wants to say out loud. The thing that is slowly killing you is not the risk. It is the inaction. It is the staying in place. It is the waking up every single morning carrying the weight of the life you're not living, the version of yourself you're not becoming, the potential that is slowly curdling inside you because you refuse to use it. That is what's destroying you, not the risk. Think about every single person you have ever admired,
Every entrepreneur, every artist, every leader, every human being who built something remarkable from nothing. Go back and look at their story. Every single one of them has a moment, one specific moment where they did something terrifying, where they moved before they were ready, where they said yes before they had the resources, where they launched before the plan was perfect, where they spoke up before they had the credentials. And in that moment, the risk felt like it could ruin them. But it didn't. It made them. The risk is not your enemy. The risk is the door. And on the other side of that door is everything you've been praying for, working for, dreaming about. The only question is whether you have the courage to open it. You are a chosen one. You were not built to live on this side of the door.
Part 3. What do it now actually means. I want to address something because I know how this type of message can land. I know that some of you will hear do it now, no matter the risk, and translate it as be reckless, as abandon all logic, as blow up your life on a feeling. That is not what I am saying. What I am saying is this. The version of caution you are practicing right now is not wisdom. It is avoidance dressed up as strategy. There is a profound difference between intelligent risk-taking and reckless gambling. And there is an equally profound difference between patient, purposeful preparation and using preparation as an indefinite excuse to never begin. Do it now does not mean do it without a plan. Do it now means stop waiting for the fear to disappear, because it won't. Do it now means stop waiting for perfect conditions, because they don't exist. Do it now means stop waiting for external validation because the people around you cannot see what you see, cannot feel what you feel, cannot understand what is possible for a life they've never lived. Do it now means recognize that every single day you spend waiting is a day of compounding delay. The idea you don't start today doesn't just stay frozen in time. It deteriorates. Your confidence in it fades. The market shifts. Someone else launches it. The window closes. And you are left standing exactly where you were, except now you are older, and the weight of the missed opportunity is heavier. Chosen ones, I need you to understand something about time that most people never fully internalize. Time is not neutral. Time is not simply the canvas on which your life is painted. Time is a resource, finite, irreplaceable, and constantly being spent whether you use it or not. Every hour you spend in hesitation is an hour that is being withdrawn from your account. You cannot earn it back. You cannot negotiate for more. Once it is gone, it is gone. And here is what makes this even more urgent. Your specific window, the window that belongs to your specific calling, your specific gifts, your specific moment in history is not unlimited. The world is moving, technology is accelerating, industries are being disrupted, cultures are shifting. The landscape that your assignment was designed for is changing right now while you hesitate. Do it now. Not because you have nothing to lose, but because you have everything to gain, and the cost of waiting is higher than you think. Part 4. The weight of unexpressed potential. I want to take a moment to speak to the chosen ones who are carrying something that doesn't get talked about enough. Not the fear of failure, but the grief of unused potential. You know exactly what I'm talking about. It's that feeling at 2 in the morning when the world is quiet and you can no longer distract yourself with noise. That hollow ache in your chest when you scroll past someone living the life you know you were built for. That specific kind of exhaustion that doesn't come from working too hard. It comes from not working on the right thing. That quiet rage you feel at yourself because deep down, in the place where you cannot lie, you know that you are not where you are supposed to be because of choices you made, or rather, choices you refuse to make. That weight is real, and I am not here to shame you for carrying it. I am here to tell you that you do not have to carry it anymore.
Because the only thing standing between who you are right now and who you know you are supposed to become is a decision, not a complicated, elaborate, perfectly orchestrated set of events. A decision, a single act of will, a moment where you look at the gap between your current reality and your potential, and instead of turning away in shame or overwhelm, you take one step toward it. One step. That is all it takes to shift momentum. That is all it takes to begin. And once you begin, something changes. Not externally, not right away, but internally. The weight starts to lift. The voice that has been telling you that you are a fraud, that you waited too long, that it's too late, that voice loses its power because you are no longer giving it the ammunition of inaction. You are no longer standing still. You are in motion, and a chosen one in motion is an unstoppable force. The world does not need a perfect version of you. The world needs the version of you that finally decided to begin. Part 5. The people who will try to stop you. There is something nobody prepares you when you decide to step into your calling. The resistance will come from the people closest to you. Not always from strangers, not from enemies, from the people you love, from the people who, in their own way, are trying to protect you, but whose protection is actually suffocation. They will tell you it's too risky. They will tell you about the people who tried and failed. They will compare your dream to a fantasy. They will use logic and statistics and cautionary tales to convince you that the safe path is the right path. And they will do all of this with the best intentions, which makes it infinitely harder to resist. Here is what you must understand about these people. Their doubts about your potential are not evidence about your potential. They are evidence about their own fear. People can only believe in a version of the future they can personally imagine. And if they have never seen someone from your background, your starting point, your circumstances build what you are trying to build, they genuinely cannot picture it. Their skepticism is not dishonesty. It is a failure of imagination. And you cannot let someone else's failure of imagination become the ceiling on your life. This does not mean you abandon the people who love you. It does not mean you become arrogant or dismissive. It means you develop the discipline to hear the concerns, to honor the love behind them, and then to move forward anyway. Because the calling that was placed inside you was not placed inside them. They cannot feel what you feel. They cannot see what you see, and so they cannot be the judge of what you are capable of. You must protect your vision like it is the most valuable thing you own, because it is. Chosen ones, the world will consistently try to reduce you. It will try to remind you of your limitations. It will try to keep you manageable, predictable, comfortable. But you were not made to be managed. You were made to be unleashed.
Part 6. This is your final assignment. We are at the end now, and I need to be completely direct with you. This is not a video you stumbled across by accident. There is no such thing as an accident when it comes to the messages that find chosen ones at the exact moment they need to hear them. You are here because something inside of you needed to be reminded, needed to be activated, needed to hear one more time from a voice outside of your own head what you already know in your bones to be true. You were made for this. Whatever this is for you, whatever the thing is that you keep coming back to, whatever the vision is that refuses to die no matter how many times you try to convince yourself to move on, whatever the project is, the business is, the art is, the mission is, that is not a distraction. That is not arrogance. That is not a pipe dream. That is your assignment. And this, right now, is the final deadline. Not because there will literally never be another chance, but because every time you arrive at this threshold and walk away, it costs you. It costs you belief. It costs you momentum. It costs you pieces of yourself that are harder and harder to recover. The assignment does not expire all at once. It erodes, slowly, one missed opportunity at a time,
one moment of hesitation at a time, until one day you wake up and you are not even angry anymore. You have just become numb to the possibility. And numbness, chosen one, is the worst fate of all. So here's what I'm asking you to do. Not eventually, not next week, not after the conditions are better, or after you've done more research, or after you've had the conversation with yourself one more time. Now, today, identify the one thing. You know what it is. You've known what it is for a long time. The thing you keep circling back to. The thing you keep putting off. The thing that, if you're honest, you think about more than anything else. And take one action toward it. Not the full plan, not the complete launch, not the perfected risk-free version. One action. Make the call, send the email, open the document, register the domain, have the conversation, start the video, write the first paragraph. Begin, because the distance between who you are and who you are meant to be is not as far as you think. It is exactly one decision wide, one moment of courage, one act of doing it now, no matter the risk. Chosen ones, you did not make it to the end of this video by accident. You stayed because you know. You know this is for you. You know what you've been called to do. You know that the time for waiting is over. So let me ask you one final question, and I want you to answer it honestly, not for me, but for yourself. If you knew, absolutely knew that you could not fail, what would you do tomorrow? Whatever just came to mind, that is your assignment. Now go do it. And remember, the world is not waiting for a perfect version of you. The world is waiting for the version of you that finally decided to show up. You are a chosen one. Act like it. Do it now. If this hit different, if this cracked something open in you, type 99 in the comments. I'm reading every single one. And if you know someone who needed to hear this today, share it with them right now. Don't let them sleep on their assignment another day. Hit that subscribe button because chosen ones find each other, and I'll see you in the next one.